Hi guys, so I'm currently in my front room. It is like 15 minutes until this episode of Beast Morphers, so I thought I'd film, you know, try and get my reactions and stuff. Whether this is the actual crossover, I still don't know. I thought last night was, but basically this is how the episodes apparently work. So we have, episode 10 was Intruder Alert. That was a very, very good episode. It was with Captain Chaku. And then The Greater Good was the first time we see RiffReels. That was really good. And the first time we see the putties. Finders Keepers is when we had the Dino Charge Rangers for the first time. And the one yesterday was Making Bad. Well, this will probably be coming out tomorrow as of recording. So it was Making Bad. That's when Goldar comes back. Now, you guys know I wasn't a big fan of the fact that Goldar just doesn't look like Goldar. But I'm just trying to think. It doesn't look like Goldar. Doesn't sound like Goldar. But in essence, it is Goldar. That's who it's meant to be. So I'm just trying to keep that within myself. Right, that is Goldar, regardless of what he looks like. That's Goldar, and like I'm kind of warming up to it a bit. I still, you know, not a big fan of how he looks, but if I keep saying to myself, you know, it is meant to be Goldar, they're classing that as Goldar, then it's still kind of cool. So tonight should be a Grid Connection, which is the main crossover, but the episode that I said I got is called Golden Opportunity, and it's with Nate's parents. But last night they said that it was the full Dino crossover, so I'm just hoping that it's just a mess up. But yeah, very excited. Hopefully I can get some reactions to hopefully some cool stuff.
Morphers.
It's starting.
Later on Pop, it's Pokemon Sun
I
and
don't
Moon.
Pokemon, quite frankly. It's on.
So long, friends.
Yeah.
Up
bro.
next on Pop.
Alright guys, so a bit of a later start than the past few. It's currently 9:15. So last night was the crossover, but it's pretty much spanned like the past like 6 episodes. So the main crossover we start seeing like putties and stuff like that, and you know, hints towards it was episode 10, but I believe episode 9 was the one with Dr. K, and we see the Power Ranger Vault, which was pretty sick. But yeah, so the crossover happened. It is safe to say that some of the 10 things I wanted didn't happen, but it's pretty cool, and some of my theories also didn't happen, but it doesn't matter, I'm okay anyway. So basically this is what goes down. Keeper sees a future battle and he sees that Devon will get hit by the meteorite. We then later find out it was actually the Morphing Grid that sent the meteorite to help them. The Beast Morphers Rangers go to the Dino Charge dimension to help them fight, but their powers, all equipment gets destroyed, along with the red, not destroyed, but the Beast Morphers equipment gets destroyed, but then the red, blue, black and gold energems get stolen. Devon takes the meteor to Morphex Tower, and the red power coin comes out, and Jason is called. I found out that the new Goldar is Goldar Maximus, so it's not the OG Goldar, so now I respect it even more, because I just know that it's meant to be a different version, then that's fine. Jason shows up in the transporter device. They use the transporter devices a lot. I don't know why. I know it's probably like, I know that's probably the easiest way for them. That, you know, Dino Charge and Mighty Morphin came from the same universe. So when the Mighty Morphin and Dino Charge Rangers come through to the Dino Charge world, fair enough. But when Jason shows up, I don't understand why he shows up in a portal device. So Jason and the Dino Charge people go to find the bad guys, and the Beast Morphers Rangers go to find Evox, who's making a Zord. We got a really awesome scene where Goldar, Snideblaze and Roxy show up with a bunch of Viveks and Putties, and they're like, we got an army, and Jason's like, nah bro, that isn't an army. Throws a power coin up in the air. Mighty Morphin and Dino Thunder Rangers come out, they're like, this is an army. Get an amazing morphing sequence. We didn't get like an actual morphing sequence like I said that I'd want to see, but we still got a pretty cool one. I liked it a lot more than what I did in Ninja Steel, because even though that was pretty cool, he actually says like Tyrannosaurus, and we get Jason saying this morphing time for the first time in 18 years, which was amazing anyway. So yeah, Snide and Roxy get destroyed first. Roxy's destroyed by Ivan, and the can't remember Snide's destroyed by, but I think it's a Dino, one of the Dino Rangers. Well, it's obviously going to be one of the Dino Rangers, but the Dino Charge Rangers. So yeah, they all team up to destroy Goldar with one like big. They basically get all of their season's power weapons and combine them into one power weapon, which is really awesome. And then we see Blaze go to see Evox, because they're like, Roxy's been destroyed. Evox makes a run for it, and then Devon's just there with like the bow that they have, and he just destroys Blaze straight up. So I like that things are happening. It's actually gonna have repercussions. We come back. Evox has this huge Zord with like 6 different DNA dinosaur DNA in it. Jason says a really funny line that's like, I thought Serpentera was bad, but that thing has 6 heads. Which is pretty cool. All the Zords come back, so we get the Dino Charge Zord, the Dino Thunder Zord, and the Mighty Morphin Dino Zord, which was, I freaked out. You guys seen? That was amazing. Yeah, and they end up destroying the Zord. They don't destroy Evox. I don't know whether they think they have, but they haven't. He teleports away. It ends very much like Dimensions in Danger. They have the scene where they go defending forever, Rangers together, or whatever the line is. And then the Dino Thunder Rangers go home, and then the Mighty Morphin Rangers follow after him. And then we get the Beast Morphers, and then Jason goes, and the Beast Morphers Rangers go as well through the portal. Now, the reason why I feel like this was a lot like Dimensions in Danger is because of the line that Jason says, but also they got them all running through the portal, and then Nate and Zoe hold hands and jump through, and then Devon stays behind, says a line, then goes in, and that's pretty much what happened. I genuinely thought he was going to turn around and go, no, that was epic, and I was going to be like, don't do it, I think you are, but like, it would have been funny regardless. Overall, it was really cool. Obviously, it's not at all what I thought it'd be, but I feel like I needed that anyway. I feel like I needed it to be different than what I thought it'd be. Things I would have liked MMPR name drops, because even though they didn't have voice actors for the guys that didn't show up, the Dino Thunder Rangers had lines. I don't know whether they're old ones, like some of them were definitely old ones from the show, but some of them were new, but they actually spoke, and they actually did the Tirana, Tricera, Terra, and that was really cool. The Mighty Morphin Rangers just didn't speak, other than when they did like the standard, yeah, didn't speak at all. And I would have at least liked, like, I don't know, if Ivan ran up to the Blue Ranger and went, Billy, come help me with this, or like, you know, Zach, or just to establish who it was, because you can only assume that it's Billy, Zach, Kimberly and Trini, but we didn't know. And I would have liked to have known I would have liked to have a little Trini name drop. I feel like it would have been a good homage to the actress, and just to kind of show, yeah, you know, we're not going to see her, but Trini is still a Power Ranger, which I think would have been cool, but oh well. I would have liked a little bit longer with Jason, maybe like another episode, because we see the Dino Charge Rangers a lot more, which is fine, because, you know, they're younger actors, they have more time, I suppose. But I would have liked to have seen Jason for a little bit longer, but I do feel satisfied with what we got from Jason. I feel like he did a great job as the Red Ranger again, and yeah, overall, just he did great. So again, I would have liked a little bit longer, maybe like some civilian fights with him. But there we are. Another thing I would have liked, but again, I don't mind as much for a reason I'll get into, but Devon started off so careless. Like, Keeper told him about the meteor, and he was like, nah, bro, like, I believe in the morphin grid, but this vision seems a bit niche. I've got to practice for my video game tournament. And just the fact that he was so careless and he was more focused on the video game tournament put me off a bit. But then that kind of got masked over, because I realised they didn't put the series to a stop, do the crossover, and then carry on. Like, Devon's been practicing for the video game tournament for like 3 episodes now, and I'm glad that and obviously he's going to continue to do so till the end of the season, so I'm glad that they've incorporated some actual season stuff into the crossover, and they haven't just put it all to a halt and then carried on, because that's what happened in Dimensions in Danger. Like there was this new video called there was a new villain called Drave, and everything that they were doing before just got put to a halt. They did the crossover, and then after the crossover it was never spoken. That's why I'm really interested to watch the next episode, because I want to see if they are just there being like, oh my god, we met Jason, it was so cool, oh, these are the Dino Thunder Rangers, like, just explain a bit and then move on. Like, you don't need to talk about it all season, but just if there's little bits in the next episode of them talking about it, I think it'd be really cool. Now, I actually have the script here for my 10 things I want to see video, and I want to see what didn't come true. I want 2 parts and or longer than 20 minutes. We got that. We got like 4 episodes worth, okay? For the Dino Rangers to be chasing a monster through the multiverse, I mean, that kind of happened. I mean, they were, you know, they had the stress signals. It was more so they were chasing Keeper, and the monsters who took him. But yeah, that kind of happened. Jason to have an entrance as epic as Forever Red. Now, whether it was as epic as Forever Red, I'm not sure, because on Forever Red it was like, no, he's not going to come, and then we hear the motorbike and he starts to rock up. With this, we see the red power coin, and then, you know, it starts to like sizzle out, and he basically can't, well, he didn't sizzle out, Devon catches it, but you know, the meteor sizzles out. I don't know if it was as epic as Forever Red, but okay, I'll class that as that's what I got that as well. Tyler and the non-Dino Charge Rangers not making a fuss of Jason, but Beast Morphers do. Now, this didn't necessarily happen in terms of we don't know who you are, but that actually did happen. So Devon was like, oh my god, you're Jason. Ravi was like, whoa, you are? And then he introduced himself. And then Tyler was just like, bro, we got no time for introductions, we gotta do something. Like, they went starstruck, because I don't know whether they know him at this point, because it's like the Beast Morphers vault has items from RPM and Dino Charge, like different dimensions, so I don't know whether they're saying that they've just been around long enough that they have cross multiverse things. I don't know, but yeah, that kind of didn't happen. They didn't make a fuss at all. It's not the way I thought it'd be, but it didn't happen. A good explanation as to why it is just so happens to be dinos. Now, I don't think they really explained why it just so happened to be dinos. Jason definitely said, let's show them the power of some legendary dino power, which, you know, maybe you can class it as because he was in the dino dimension. They were like, right, there's dinosaurs here, I'm using the dino coin to alert them, that's why Dino Rangers are coming. Maybe. I'm not really going to class it as saying, I didn't predict any of these are the things I wanted to see. I'm not going to say that happened, but, you know, I'm okay with it, I guess. Jason to harness the power sword before morphing could be really dope. That didn't happen at all. Like, he didn't even fight as a civilian, so a bit disappointed in that, but again, you know, it was what it was. We shouldn't have expected too much. They give us so much more than, like, they had the right to. Like, literally, if we look at past crossovers, they give us so much more, so I can't even, like, fault it. Good use of the other Rangers being there and not just cool action sequences. Yeah, that didn't really happen. It was pretty much just cool action sequences, other than, I suppose, the fact that they used their Megazords, and also the fact that they used the Ultimate Power Blaster. Other than that, though, there was no real reason for them to be there, other than, like, the whole army thing. So I actually, I guess, you know, they couldn't have really used the Megazords otherwise. So I mean, yeah, that was pretty cool. Also, the fact that the Beast Morphers, is it the Lion King Zord or something like that? The fact that that merged with the Dino Charge Zord, the fact they got two Zords from different seasons and put them together, that was really cool. More than just big action sequences, story and a reason why the actor's returning. So in terms of Dino Charge, I feel like they perfectly nailed the reason for their return, the whole thing with Keeper. That was fantastic, and then them trying to steal the Energens, like. The reason for the Dino Charge Rangers being there, perfect, spot on. Dino Thunder, absolutely no reason whatsoever. Like, there was a cool, like, entire pterodactyl scene where, like, there was the yellow Dino Thunder, the pink Mighty Morphin, and the gold Dino Charge. But other than that, like, there wasn't really reason for them to be there other than just the fact that he did an army. But, like, that could have been any Ranger team, do you know what I mean? And the Mighty Morphin Rangers, I guess, you know, it's Jason's team there, so that's the only reason they had. Answer to the question of how Jason and Rocky can both use the destroyed / shared powers, that didn't happen. Goldar Maximus seemed taken aback that there was a power coin, so maybe it's just something, maybe that's just what the morphing grid does, because obviously the meteor sent the morphing grid sent the meteor, and the meteor contained the power coin. So maybe that's just how, maybe the morphing grid's just like, yeah, if you need it, I'll give it to you, right? Depending on who's available, but you know, it didn't really address it. The last one that I said that I did want to see was the fact that there was a Dino team up, and the next season is Dino Fury, so I want it to be some sort of hint to the next season. Now, I thought that's what the Meteor was. I thought the Meteor was going to have like new powers in it, or like that Meteor would be the cause of the new powers. It didn't. It hasn't happened so far. Obviously, we can still hold out to the end of the season. We don't know if they will introduce the new powers at the end of the season. Who knows? But that didn't happen. So yeah, again, a bit bummed out, but I'm not going to really complain because the crossover was amazing as is, and no one expected like 5 to 6 episodes worth. So yeah, so that was the Beast Morphers Dino crossover. Look, okay, there was things I wanted that didn't happen, but I said this to my friend Joe. It wasn't what I wanted, but I feel like it was what I needed. Like I left it, even though there was a lot of things that clearly happened because it was Power Rangers, you know, because they can't go too far with things, they can't put too much stuff into the 20-minute time slot they have. One thing I appreciate about Pop is that they have adverts, but when it came to Power Rangers, like, they just cutting the adverts out and they just have like a 10-minute ad break before the next show, which I was like, I appreciated that. But yeah, I feel like for what Power Rangers has done in the past few years, this has exceeded all expectations. Like Dr. K and the Power Ranger Vault, and then Captain Chaku and the Power Ranger Vault being shown, and then just Dino Thunder and Dino Charge, sorry, and then just gradually progressing, and then all the villains, like a big montage of that. Like that's great, okay? I have to give credit to Hasbro, because even though I feel like there's been crossovers that have been, let's say, better in terms of the main sequence, because obviously we only had Jason and 4 Dino Rangers come back. Again, Jason's back for the first time in 18 years, that's great. But, you know, I feel like there has been better crossovers where, you know, we've actually seen all the Rangers. There's been more story to the like the actual reason they're fighting. or like the actual, let's say the actual fight, there's more story to the actual fight, for example, like Kendrick's dying in a fight, do you know what I mean? But that being said, this is by far the best crossover event. Like, we've had like, obviously the In Space and Lost Galaxy one that was like 2 to 3 episodes, and like obviously we've had a Masked Rider stuff, we've had all that good stuff, but this was like 5 to 6 episodes, and it was unbelievable. Like, I'm so happy with how it turned out, and like as a fan, and I think I can speak on behalf of almost everyone who is a fan, like, they did justice to possibly Jason's last return to the franchise. That's all from me. Thank you guys very much for watching. We upload videos every Wednesday and Saturday at 6:30 PM BST, but that's just the specific times. We also upload randomly throughout the week, depending on whether it calls for it, like this video. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. We're on the road to 2,000 subscribers. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed. You are helping us out very much. We very much appreciate it. Giveaway at 2,000 subscribers. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all very soon. Goodbye.